Hi everyone, Amy here with yet another aha moment. This one occurred to me at the end of an event that I was attending where the person putting it on had a little extra time. So she decided to do something impromptu and ended up inviting some people up on stage, one of which was her husband, which he was put in the hot seat. And she asked him, "What do you think?" It was a room full of women. And she asked her husband, "What do you think these women would want to hear from you?" And what he said kind of blew me away, made me think long and hard about how my husband was raised and how are we continuing in that, how we're raising our children. You know, I don't know about you, but there's many times that I've asked my husband, "What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Tell me, tell me, tell me." And they just kind of like, "I don't know. I don't know." And I don't think they're not feeling. I think they do feel. And I don't think that they don't have words. I know they've got words. But what I've determined and thought about lately is that when they were little, this is something that he imparted to us, the gentleman, the husband of the person putting on the event, was that when boys are young, from a very young age, we teach them to, not cry and not show emotion and be strong and be good providers, and they're great at that. But then we get to our age and we start asking them all these questions about, "What are you feeling? What are you feeling? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Tell me, tell me, tell me." And they're like, they've been trained and conditioned to not feel. And so now we're asking them to do it and to express it. And for my husband's in his 50s, so for 50 some years, he's been trained to not feel it and not express it. And I started thinking, are we actually perpetuating that upbringing? I know that, that was done with my grandparents and then to my parents and then, in my generation as well. But I started thinking about a conversation that I had recently with my daughter. Now, for those of you who know, I've got two girls in their 20s. And I had this conversation with my daughter about, finding a mate forever. And she has a really good paying job. She is in a good field and has a good paying job and doesn't need to get married, but one day would like to get married and have a family. And she expressed the fact that, she hopes that maybe she could take a little time off when she got married, once she had children, to raise them for a little bit. So, yeah, you got it. I told her, make sure that the guy that you're looking at marrying then is able to provide for you, so that, or at least, has a job that will supply enough money that you would be able to eventually take a couple years off. Now, she's not dating anybody right now, but it was just a conversation that we were having. And as I look back on it, I'm thinking, am I perpetuating that same stigma? Am I telling her to marry that strong, capable provider? It makes you really think. And as I now ask my husband, "What are you thinking? Tell me, tell me, tell me. What are you feeling?" I now can finally wrap my head around the fact that he doesn't have words for it, that he's suppressed them for his entire 50 some years. So now I'm asking him to feel something that he's not been able to feel or not been told he could feel. And not only do that, to express it to me. Something that we're going to have to work on, I think. But it was a huge aha moment, and it gives me the ability to give him a little more compassion when I'm jumping down his throat, saying, "What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you feeling?" And to take a step back and let him have some time to actually process and evaluate what he is thinking, because I'm asking him to do something that he hasn't done for his entire life. So next time you have a conversation with some of the men in your life and you get that deer in headlight look, like, I don't know what to say to her, give them some grace, give them some space, give them the opportunity to really evaluate what the feelings are that they are feeling. because we know that they're human, so they are feeling the feelings. They're just not used to expressing it. And that, my friends, was my aha moment. I hope that it shed some light for you like it did me. And if so, go ahead and leave some comments below. Let me know if you feel like we are raising our children like we have been raised. Are we perpetuating this? Or are we raising them differently? And that doesn't matter, boys or girls, as you saw from my conversation with my daughter. And if this resonates with you and you'd like to share it with others, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day. We'll talk to you next time.